Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm using the pumpkin coaster mold from MoldsandShapes, and I want to recreate a pour which I've done last year, but I want to change it a little bit because I thought, you know, it has still room for improvement, and I always wanted to do this pour in another mold, but somehow I forgot about it, and now I thought, it's autumn again, I can do this pour in the pumpkin mold again. So anyway, I start pouring my glitter, and I'm using the Hypnotic Red. It's chameleon glitter flakes from Etter Art. Sorry, sometimes you need to think what are you using, and etc, etc. So you see I'm placing them into the stem of the, or steam of the steam. You will correct me, I'm sure about it, of the pumpkin, and also at the upper part. So it looks like in the pumpkin where you have those, I call it sort of waves of the pumpkin. Anyway, then I'm pouring some clear resin around the edges. I'm using a medium viscosity resin. I'm using the Ultracast resin for this pour. So you see I'm just going around the edges of the pumpkins, doing this for all the 4 coasters. You see it there. I'm very happy using this mold again because yeah, it's seasonal, and you cannot really use it at another time. Okay, maybe you could use it as an apple, but it looks like a pumpkin, so it doesn't make sense using this in summer. Anyway, I made I made some colors, and I have the light orange from Etter Art, and I have the burnt orange from Dipon, and I'm altering them into a cup, and I'm pouring those 2 colors around the edges because I want to have a little bit of shading of the orange. So this is what I've done here, and then I'm filling up the mold. And I'm filling up the mold rather up to the rim because there's not too much color coming anymore. I also need to take care of the air bubbles which are trapped on the bottom of the mold, but you have those dotting tools with the silicone part, and then it's no problem. I'm using the same cup, and I'm altering my colors again, and I'm doing the same thing with the next pumpkin. So I'm always pouring till I reach the glitter. I'm not pouring above the glitter. And again the clear resin, and again the air bubbles which are trapped on the bottom of the mold. My resin has hardly any bubbles, but when you pour, it can happen that a bubble appears and it's trapped either at the edge or it's trapped at the bottom of your mold. So here again I'm doing the same thing, and then there's going to be the last coaster, and I'm doing the same again. I'm always hoping that I have at the end still enough clear resin. Actually, I mixed up round about 500 grams of resin. I mixed up quite a lot because when you mix colors, you always maybe not calculate correctly, and then you miss clear resin, etc, etc. So I prefer to have a little bit more resin, and then I can use it for testing a little bit, which I do mostly next to my pour, and just to see how the resin is reacting for different things, and this is what I'm doing. This time I also filled up the center mold, so but this I did off camera. So what I'm doing now, I'm using the alcohol inks, or resin inks, not alcohol inks, even though resin inks have alcohol inside, but they are more pigmented than normal alcohol inks. They are quite strong. And I have Sweet Cherry. They are all from Octopus. Now I have Bottle Green. Then, let me think. I have the Pumpkin. Yeah, you really need to think what you used. And I think the last one is Wisteria. It's a purple tone. So I thought these look like autumn, and these might be nice for the Petri effect. So, and then I have the Enoki, and I'm just dropping the Enoki on top of my colors of the resin inks. And this is the strongest white you have from Octopus. And it's perfect for the Petri dish effect, but it's also perfect for like Larimar effect. So I really love the Enoki. I should use the other white which I have from Octopus. I never did it. Yeah, anyway. So now I'm doing a second row with the same colors, the Sweet Cherry, then again the Bottle Green. I tried to reach the, where I dropped in my first row. You know, I tried to reach those colors. Then again the Pumpkin and the Wisteria. And then again my Enoki. And I'm quite curious if it works like last time. What I did different this time from what I did last year. Last year I made a sort of pigment paste towards my end of the pour and poured at the edges an orange pigment paste, and this made the whole thing close more. And I was not too happy because I prefer when the center is more open and you see the effect of the Petri dish effect. So this time I thought I'd just go with the mica powders and the Petri dish effect and see what happens. So this is a little bit the difference. And now I still have a little bit of room in my molds. So I'm pouring along the edges. I think with one of the coasters I overfilled a little bit. You see this here. And I had to take a little bit of resin out of the steam or the stamp. So yeah, sometimes you overestimate, but this I do off camera. I just take it away off camera what's too much in my mold. And I think this one, which I'm pouring now, it's also overfilled. So I took this out and there was no problem. So anyway, there's now the close-up and it looks already very interesting. And I'm really crossing my fingers that it works. If it works, I want to do the same in a normal coaster set. But anyway, next day I can demold. I'm very curious. You see, they are really cured well. They are not bendy anymore. And I'm so curious how these turned out. I love this mold and it's perfect for this time of the season. I mean, it's even perfect for round about Christmas time to make a very elegant one with gold. This is also something I would like to consider doing. Yeah, I have some ideas, and sometimes they just appear while doing the voiceover. It's funny. And there's the Batman. I didn't film it. I hope you didn't mind. I just poured my clear resin in there and drizzled a little bit of the powder, and look at this. I painted actually the edges yesterday evening, but I forgot to show you in this video, but I think it will be fine. So now I'm just making sure I put the mold away. Yeah, I'm a little bit, complicated here, but don't worry. So now I can show you the result and I'm very curious how they are looking. And look at this. I think they are looking so cute. They are very autumn vibes. Pumpkins and very nice coasters. Not just to use as a coaster, but as your table decoration. I really love them. And I love this glitter. This glitter matches perfectly those colors, and the blending of the burnt orange and the light orange is perfect. And I love how the resin ink also goes where the light crackle effect is. Really adore this. I think it's really beautiful, and the colors inside, they are beautiful. It's like an explosion of the pumpkin inside, which I'm very happy about. So for sure I will be doing this in other colors and see what's gonna happen. But maybe in coasters, maybe just in a plain round coaster, I need to see. But I really love this. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm happy that it worked again, because I tried this only once, and that was last year, like I said. And I gave them a little rim. You see it, a goldenish rim. And I gave them a top coat, because my mold is already over 2 years old and I used it many times. But look at this. And when you put the top coat on, you achieve such a great 3D effect. I really adore this, and yeah. I'm curious what you're gonna think about this pour, and yeah, just let me know in the comments. Have a good weekend and take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.